Alright guys, so I know I haven't uploaded in like a month. Just been, working and getting all that situated. Now that I'm actually making money, I can start making videos again. And funny thing is that right at the same time, Arby's throwout bearing in his clutch assembly looks like it's going out. I think it literally just went out because for a while I was driving it and I was noticing like a rattling slash knocking when I would engage the clutch and or press in, whatever you want to call it, disengaged, engaged. Anyways, yeah, it was rattling, knocking. Also, if you were letting the car run at really low revs, so if like you were barely on the gas or not on the gas but still in gear, it would start doing that too. So what I'm gonna do is just swap out everything pretty much: flywheel, the clutch, throwout bearing, all of that, just because if I'm gonna be opening up the transmission, then I don't want to have to do it again for a while. So yeah, just gonna be redoing all of that, probably the slave cylinder too, and the selector fork. So yeah, I just really don't want to have to go near any of that stuff for at least another 20-30,000 miles. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening with Arby. I would show you what was going on with the car, but it was way too dangerous with the traffic out here in Burbank and whatnot to be filming and trying to handle a car that doesn't get it into gear how it's supposed to. I had people yelling at me right now coming home from Ralph's. Just went to go get some milk and, had tons of people just giving me the finger and whatnot because when I would launch, I was popping over, it wasn't getting in gear correctly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to see what I do about keeping my car on either side of the road when street sweeping comes through, because I don't want to be getting mad tickets. But I'll figure it out. My uncle is actually a very accomplished mechanic. He used to work for Metro Transit for years and years, and now he's actually a professor at LA Trade Tech. So I'm gonna be hitting him up. Hopefully we can do this clutch install together. There's gonna be a video on that. But yeah, for right now, in the meantime, that's where I'm at with Arby. The Infantry beat tape is coming out really soon. The first single from that, I think it's going to be called Perspectives, is coming very soon. So look out for that. And I've seen a bunch of people with car channels and whatnot doing episodes on like random food and whatnot. And I think it's always kind of like budget, very, well, budget's not the problem, but just like in matter of taste and health and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a dope ass omelet, okay? I call it the Bombelette. Alright guys, so watch. We're going in our fridge right now. Here's some chili I made the other day. Some queso. We're going to take the queso. We're going to get ourselves some bacon. This is the main part of it right here. Probably need a little bit more than that. But it's the onion and tomato, dog. That's what's going to make this omelet taste amazing. You don't even absolutely need like bacon or any anchor inside the omelet. You could literally just do egg, tomato, and onion, and that shit will taste bomb. So if you're on a budget, you could definitely do that. Just trying to impromptu peel this onion right now. Okay. And we need our eggs because we're making an omelet. Can't do it without that. Making the JDM Bombelette right now. 3 eggs, 1.5 strips of bacon, and a good amount of onion and tomato, we'll see, and about 1 ounce or 2 ounces of cheese, whichever you like. I mean, I like a lot of cheese, so this is pretty much everything we're using on this omelet today, besides some avocado that we're gonna throw on top after. Making it all with one pan right here and these 2 utensils and just a little bit of this Lowry's, and if you want you could throw some of this pink Himalayan sea salt. This is my shit right here. For those of you that don't know, this stuff has 27 out of 28 nutrients that your blood is already made up out of, so that shit's like golden right there, alright? So what you do is you get your onion over here, chop it up, Try and get it nice little cubes, you know. Chop it up nice and neat. You want it to get spread around all over the omelet, you know. We got a new omelet here. I mean, new onion. I'm gonna be putting a lot today because I like onion, but you don't gotta put as much as me. Try and chop it quick so you don't start crying like a little bitch. Make sure to go check out on your bacon like I'm not doing right now. But I already know how it's gonna go, so it'll be fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the rest of this tomato because I don't care. Normally wouldn't use this much tomato, but it'll make the omelet a little bigger, so I ain't against eating more, you know. Same thing as the onions, little pieces, you know. It's gonna shrink more because we're gonna throw this on the fryer right now using that same bacon grease that we're getting from the bacon right now, cooking up. Oops. You got your diced tomato and onion right there. Remember, you have to pronounce it tomato or it ain't for real. So, oh shit, grabbing two things at once. So, flip this bacon over here, make sure it don't burn. You want to get it right to that point where like it was just slightly like rubbery or meaty a second ago and it just got crisp, so that way it's a tiny bit brittle. You'll see why in a second, okay? So you can go ahead and put your onion away. If you had any tomato left, go ahead and put that away too. Remember, onions like to breathe, so don't wrap them up. Alright, so once your bacon's done, if you think it's done, go ahead and just put it off to the side. Make sure you get as much grease off of it as you can. Just go like that. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it over here with these eggs really quick, just so I can get it out the way, cause we're about to toss this on here. Alright, make sure you get that all on there. Every last bit counts. Turn this fan on. Yeah, so gonna let this fry for a little bit. Toss it around. Like I said, this is what's gonna make the whole omelet come together. It's delicious. Shouts to my mom for teaching me this. Now, if you want, this is optional. You could season this right here with a little bit of this Lowry's, you know. You don't have to. You could just do it later when you mix it all up in the omelet. But yeah, that's up to you. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook up for a bit. Takes a good 8 tops 10 minutes, just depending on how hot you have it. Now, I'm gonna come over here, put this bacon off to the side. Shit. We put it over here. Go ahead and crack those 3 eggs in a bowl or something similar like this. And all we're gonna do is just make this bacon into bacon bits pretty much. Like I said, if it ends up crispy, that's the best because it just breaks apart and you could do this super easy. But if not, you're just gonna go ahead and tear it up like when you're rolling up the bleezy. So that's what it's gonna look like once you've torn that all up. Put it in there. Come back over here to the grill. Still got this cooking over here. Make sure you toss it around every now and then. What you're waiting for it to look like is the tomatoes want to look like, for lack of a better word, flaccid. You know what I'm saying? All like limp looking. And the onions, you want them to be kind of brown. And if you put some pressure on it with the edge of the spatula, you want to be able to just kind of like slice through it pretty easy, you know? It's a pretty good judge right there. So I'm gonna keep on grilling this. We'll be back. Alright, so they're just about there. I could go a little longer for the onions, but I'm trying to eat like right now. So what we're gonna do, go ahead, take this pan off the grill. I'm gonna throw it up in here. Take your Larry's. Go ahead and bless it. Not too much because this stuff's pretty salty. It should be good. And now, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it. Alright, so once you're done beating your beating your eggs, you're gonna go ahead and take this shit. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in. Okay, make sure you get some even distribution, like I'm not doing right now. Hold up. Now, once you pour that in really quick, you wanna get your cheese. You just wanna shave some pieces off, so it gets nice and melty in the middle. And you're just gonna go ahead and throw it on top right there, alright? Alright, so you see I just chopped off a few pieces of that Colby Jack cheese and threw it on top right there. It's already starting to melt. Now once you see the edges of the omelet kind of starting to get like that, they look like they're a little dry and whatnot, choose whatever side you want, whichever you're left or right handed, and go ahead and try and scoop up the edge of that. Normally I'd be holding on to the handle right now, but I'm manning the camera since I don't got a cameraman. And if it feels like it'll hold up, go ahead and start folding it, alright? So watch. Just like that. Let out. If you get any of this on the side, don't worry, just scoop it up so it stays in the same general shape that you want it. That's why I like this pan, because it makes it like perfectly half circle type deal. Just hold it up so it can make that seam close together pretty much. Well, that's not going to close till we flip it, which is going to be the cool part, and I don't know if I'll be able to do it with one hand on the camera, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to try and get the flip right here on camera while holding the pan with the same hand. That was a rhyme. Don't got the time. Oh, there it is. Split out. See how that goes? One-handed, bruh. And now that seam's going to start closing up. So every now and then you could just apply a little pressure to squeeze out the juices, you know? The stuff in the middle still hasn't been fully cooked, and the cheese hasn't fully melted yet and solidified. So go ahead and keep turning it over until you get it to where you want it. Some people still like the insides to be kind of juicy and liquidy and whatnot. Me personally, I like it for it to be solid. I still like the cheese to be somewhat melty, but not like liquidy, if that makes sense. So yeah, just take it out when you feel it's ready. Alright guys, so once the omelet is in the final stages, it's cooking up its last little bit, gonna go ahead and get ourselves a nice avocado. Gonna take this knife, we're gonna split it down the middle. So we get this, go against the seed, push this around, and all you gotta do is twist the knife and it'll come apart easy, just like that. If you want to get this seed out, if you got a pretty heavy knife, you can go like this and then twist it, but since this is a little pussy knife, you're gonna go ahead and stab it right in the gooch, and then it'll pop out like that, and then you can toss it. Unless you actually want to keep the avocado seed, which if you shave down with like a cheese grater or something like that, you could throw it in your shakes. It's supposed to be super healthy. But now, our omelet's ready. So we're going to take that out, put it on our plate, turn off the stove, turn off the fan. Now, with our knife, all we're going to do is make some slits across the avocado just like that. Make sure not to go too hard or you could cut yourself. You could even go through the skin without cutting yourself, so just make sure that you're not going too hard. Okay? Like the tomato, you want to stay flaccid. Then all you're going to do, at least on the first one, is you're going to scoop it around the side like that. Take it out. Scoop it out like this. Put it like that. You ain't gotta do it all pretty like how I'm doing, but I like to do that for myself, especially on my day off when I got time. And then you make sure that you get avocado in every bite with your omelet. It's cherry. And me, like, I only need a half an avocado for this, but sometimes I like to have a whole avocado. It's up to you. Half an avocado will do. So, that's how you make a bomb-ass omelet. Pretty cheap and super delicious. Okay, I'm telling you, if you try this, don't say that I didn't tell you before. It's fucking delicious. All right, look at this really quick. We're gonna have to open this up. Let's get this bitch open. Look at that. Look at that. Blood out. And that's how you make a bomblet by Atomic the Don. Shout out to my hair for being a fucking asshole, never looking good. So, new clutch, new beat tape, bunch of new shit coming. Stay tuned. Love y'all. Subscribe and like the video. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, all that shit. You already know what to do. Peace out.